Showtime. Oh, babe, it's the bad guy! Bad guys went good.
You robbed us 3 times.
That was this bank?
These are my flowers. Prego, cappuccino.
Oh, she's my girlfriend.
Why is she in his mouth?
The movie starts 5 years ago in Cairo. An Egyptian billionaire named Solomon is reading a magazine. His waiter brings him breakfast, but Solomon gets angry and throws it away, saying it tastes like melon. At the same time, a gang called the Bad Guys is robbing Solomon's mansion, but Solomon doesn't know it yet. Mr. Shark wears a disguise to trick the guards, while Mr. Snake and Mr. Piranha make an entrance for Mr. Wolf. Ms. Tarantula, the newest member of the team, is helping them as the hacker. After Mr. Snake and Mr. Piranha open the way, Mr. Wolf comes in from above through the hole. The team enters the mansion, and Solomon is shocked to see strangers in his house. When Solomon calls them monsters, Wolf gets upset and shows his scary side. Then Wolf pushes a button near the door, which shows what they really came for, Solomon's favorite car. Solomon begs them not to take his car, but the gang steals it anyway. The bad guys speed through the streets while the police chase them. Wolf tricks the police by leading them the wrong way. When it looks like they're caught on a bridge with a police roadblock, Tarantula sees a way out. She directs them to a ramp, and the gang makes a bold escape. Now, in the present, the group is trying to change and live as good people, but it's very hard. Wolf even goes to a bank for a job interview, but the manager remembers him as the thief who robbed the bank 3 times and quickly refuses him. Piranha tries to get a job as a security guard, but the interviewer sees his criminal record and rejects him. Tarantula also goes for an interview at a tech company, but she is turned down too. Upset and disappointed, the gang goes back home and starts arguing about what they should do with their lives. Then a news report comes on TV about the Phantom Bandit, a thief who has been stealing valuable items. The bandit even uses tricks that the bad guys once used, like leaving a confetti bomb at the crime scene. Later, Wolf meets Diane to train with her. Their friendship is playful and flirty, but they try to keep it professional. Wolf admits to her that it's been very difficult to leave his old life of crime behind. Diane tells Wolf that he and his friends should prove to the public that they really want to be good. After saying this, she leaves with her friend. Wolf then goes to the police station to talk to Misty Luggins, who is now the commissioner. She is annoyed to see him, but Wolf tries to help by giving information about the Phantom Bandit. However, Luggins is already making plans to arrest the bad guys again. Wolf brings Shark, Piranha, and Tarantula to help with the case. He explains that the Phantom Bandit is stealing objects made from a rare material called MacGuffin. The next target is a championship wrestling belt, known as the Belt of Guadalamo, which is also made of MacGuffin. The bad guys leave the station and drive to the Lucha Libre wrestling match. On the way, Wolf suddenly remembers something and stops the car. He starts to think that Snake might be the Phantom Bandit, because Snake's schedule matches the times of the robberies. They rush to find Snake and see him going into the arena. They chase after him and accuse him of hiding something. Snake admits he is hiding something, but it's not crime. He tells them he's in a new relationship with a raven named Susan. His friends are shocked and a little grossed out by this. Just then, they notice a pig wrestler who looks suspicious and might be the real Phantom Bandit, preparing to steal the belt. The bad guys try to catch her, but they get pulled into the wrestling match instead. Shark and Piranha even wear matching costumes to blend in. The pig wrestler is very strong. When Wolf tries to prove she's the bandit, she tricks them by wrapping the belt around Piranha, making it look like they were the ones trying to steal it. Luggins and the whole crowd believe that the bad guys tried to steal the belt, so the gang is chased out of the arena by an angry mob. Just then, Susan arrives in a hot dog truck and helps them escape. They drive away, but now Luggins puts out an arrest order for the bad guys. Susan then knocks them out and takes them to a secret hideout. There, they meet the real Phantom Bandit, a thief named Kitty Cat. She is the leader of a trio that includes herself, Susan, whose real name is Doom, and the pig wrestler, who is actually a crime-obsessed nerd named Pigtail. The trio are huge fans of the bad guys and want them to join their next heist, but Wolf refuses, saying the gang has changed and no longer does crime. That's when Kitty shows them a video that proves Diane used to be the Crimson Paw. She threatens to release the video if they don't help her. If they do help, she promises to keep Diane's secret safe. With no other choice, the gang agrees to help. Meanwhile, Diane does her own research on MacGuffin and learns that the only expert is Professor Marmalade. She goes to visit him in prison, where he has been locked up after being wrongly accused of being the Crimson Paw. To her surprise, Marmalade has become very muscular while in jail. He agrees to share information, but only if Diane plays a game of Connect 4 with him. Back with the gang, Kitty gives them their first mission: steal a remote control watch from a billionaire named Jeremiah Moon. Kitty, Doom, and Pigtail want to use the watch to take control of a Moon X rocket that Moon's company is about to launch. To get close to him, the gang sneaks into Moon's wedding. Wolf pretends to be a rich guest to catch Moon's attention and secretly steal the watch. The plan almost works, but then Solomon, the Egyptian billionaire from earlier, arrives, and Wolf worries that he might be recognized. Kitty gets angry when Wolf doesn't grab the watch right away, but Wolf is clever and knows how to quickly adapt. During the wedding, Shark pretends to be the one leading the ceremony. At the same time, Wolf is dressed as the bride, but the Egyptian billionaire starts to recognize him. Just as he is about to expose Wolf, the gang secretly switches in the real bride, who had been knocked out earlier with a tranquilizer. In the chaos, they successfully steal the watch. Wolf later explains to Kitty that this was all part of the plan. While he took the watch, Piranha and Tarantula distracted the billionaire so no one would notice. Meanwhile, in prison, Marmalade tells Diane that MacGuffin is magnetic and could be used to pull valuable resources like gold. Diane realizes that the Phantom Bandit plans to use it as a giant gold magnet. Before she leaves, Marmalade casually mentions that someone else had already asked him about MacGuffin. Curious, Diane checks the prison's cameras and finds out Kitty was his last visitor. Later, the bad guys prepare to leave. Wolf secretly manages to get the USB drive from Kitty, the one with Diane's secret passed on it. Before he leaves, Kitty asks Wolf if he really believes he and his friends made the right choice in becoming good, saying she thinks he still misses the excitement of being a criminal. Wolf returns to the van, where the others show him a recorded confession from Kitty admitting she framed them. They are ready to go, but Wolf pauses, still thinking about what Kitty said. Just as the bad guys are about to drive away, they discover that Kitty, Doom, and Pigtail have already messed with the van. Kitty traps them with gold handcuffs and shows the power of the MacGuffin. She explains that their plan is to use the Moon X rocket to steal all the gold in the world. Kitty also sets Diane's secret video to upload online, but she gives Wolf a choice. He holds a remote that controls the MacGuffin. If he frees his team, the video will finish uploading. Meanwhile, Doom secretly informs Luggins about the bad guy's location. After Kitty, Doom, and Pigtail leave, the gang struggles to escape and stop the upload. Tarantula tries to hack into the computer, but fails, and Wolf isn't fast enough to destroy the laptop. The video uploads completely, and Diane's secret is revealed to the whole world. Diane then catches up to Kitty, Doom, and Pigtail at the rocket launch site. She quickly defeats Doom and Pigtail, but Kitty gives her a tough fight. In the middle of their battle, Diane checks her phone and realizes that the world now knows she was once the Crimson Paw. Messages of disappointment start pouring in about Diane, and things get worse when Professor Marmalade is proven innocent and released from prison. While Diane is distracted, Kitty shoots her with a tranquilizer and boards the rocket with her team. But even though she's weak, Diane manages to sneak onto the rocket just before the doors close. Meanwhile, the bad guys are being taken away by Luggins. Wolf keeps begging her to believe they aren't behind the Phantom Bandit's crimes. On the way to the station, Luggins starts to doubt herself. She has grown attached to the gang and finally believes they might be telling the truth. She decides to help and flies them in a helicopter toward the rocket. They jump onto it just as it's about to launch. Inside the rocket, the gang quickly splits up. Wolf goes after the remote control watch. Snake and Piranha try to take control of the shuttle, and Shark with Tarantula work to hack the rocket system. But things go wrong when Piranha gets nervous and accidentally fills his and Snake's spacesuits with fart gas, causing chaos. Watching from her control pod, Kitty sees everything on the monitors. Doom and Pigtail begin to feel bad for the bad guys and think about helping them, but Kitty explodes with anger. She refuses to let anyone get in the way of her mission. Her outburst finally pushes Doom and Pigtail to turn against her. At the same time, Wolf enters Kitty's pod and comes face to face with her. After a tough fight, Wolf reveals that he secretly stole the watch from Kitty during their struggle. With help from his friends, he uses the remote to crash the rocket shuttle into the MacGuffin, destroying it and making all the stolen gold safely fall back to Earth. Diane arrives just in time to help Wolf, and together they knock Kitty into an electrical panel, knocking her out. In the middle of the chaos, Wolf and Diane finally share their first kiss. The group, Wolf, Diane, Snake, Shark, Tarantula, Piranha, Doom, and Pigtail, reunites as the rocket station begins to fall back to Earth. The scene cuts to what looks like a funeral for the bad guys and Diane. Luggins gives a heartfelt speech, and the people who once doubted them now cry, believing the heroes sacrificed themselves to save the world. But it's actually a trick. Luggins helped the gang fake their deaths so they could have a fresh start. Meanwhile, Kitty, Doom, and Pigtail are arrested. Because Doom and Pigtail turned against Kitty, they only get community service, while Kitty is sent to prison. Later, Luggins introduces the gang to two international agents. Impressed by their bravery, the agents invite the bad guys to work with them on future missions. Wolf, Diane, and the rest of the team suit up, ready to begin their new life as secret agents.